with 702.
This is Africa Milani on Early Breakfast.
Well, it was during the April 2024 South African Revenue Service Revenue Results Announcement media conference when the Commissioner highlighted concerns about non-compliance as well as delinquent behavior amongst tax practitioners. He emphasized the importance of taxpayers to assess the compliance of the professionals that they are engaging. So we thought we'd invite Bronwin Richards. Bronwin is a tax attorney based at Tax Consulting SA. Bronwin, a very good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Africa.
I had no clue that some of the delinquent behavior, if you like, of, let me rephrase it better. I had no clue that some of the taxpayer challenges are attributed to what the Commissioner deemed delinquent behavior of tax practitioners. I assumed I see Bronwin has a qualification and a certificate. I pay her a fee for an hour or however long I'll need her for in order for her to do my tax matters, and voila, I'm all good with the tax man.
Yes, so many taxpayers think, I believe. Unfortunately, it is a trend that we have seen in the market for a while now, where taxpayers approach us. They've already received some tax advice, and we have to clean up the mess that these non-compliant tax practitioners have left behind for us.
How do we know, Bronwin? So if I do need to have some tax work done, what do I need to look out for to know that Bronwin actually is a legitimate tax practitioner who will be doing the job properly?
Well, it's quite difficult from the taxpayer's perspective because obviously they are not qualified. They come to us because they need advice and they need us to guide them to be compliant. And especially in a market where there is aggressive tax advice that promises massive savings, it's very difficult for practitioners who take a conservative approach to actually get the work. So it is a difficult situation for both the taxpayer and the tax practitioners who are compliant to be placed in. It's not an answer that I can give, which is simple and easy, unfortunately.
Yeah. Isn't there a hellopeter.com version that exists for tax practitioners where I'm able to do a simple search, and if enough people have complained about the service they received from one tax practitioner, I would then know to go away or go in the opposite direction rather from that practitioner? If not, can't SARS do something like that? Can't the Revenue Service say we've identified these practitioners as delinquent practitioners, so please stay away from them?
That's a very good question. Unfortunately, SARS, of course, has that duty of confidentiality, so they won't ever say these are the delinquent tax practitioners, do not approach them. But Google reviews are a very reliable source. Always make sure that you research your tax practitioner before you actually engage with them and pay them any money for advice.
I advise all of my friends it's better to spend whatever the rate is per hour with a qualified tax practitioner in order for all of the paperwork and deductions and whatever else to be considered, because you'll end up then possibly with a return at the end of the day, which will be much higher than the hourly rate that you'd have paid a Bronwin to help you comply with your tax obligations.
Most certainly. And also the fact if you are non-compliant because of whatever steps you took that was not necessarily correct, you might be subject to penalties, you might be subject to interest. So that is also a saving when you approach a tax practitioner to assist you.
Let's remember that the Revenue Service managed to collect a lot more money than expected because they are doing something right, and they will find you if you are not a person who is compliant as far as tax obligations are concerned. Bronwin, it's a difficult conversation, but thank you very much for having it with us.
Thank you very much for having me, Africa.
Bronwin Richards is a tax attorney at Tax Consulting SA. It is very important for you to research the tax practitioner that you're going to be asking to help with your tax obligations.